Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 3, Episode 9. Okay, so I'm a little bit behind in posting this video because I have been trapped watching cult documentaries. I don't know. Last week I was trapped binge watching The Crown, and now this week I have seen so many cult documentaries. I am shocked and mesmerized. And listen, I had to force myself to watch The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, record the video, and edit. I'm trapped. Right now, I'm in the middle of watching some documentary called The Source Family. It's interesting. I also watched a documentary called The Anarchist, one called Orgasm Inc., and another one called The Way Down. Honey, now listen. If you have not seen these, listen. Orgasm Inc. is on Netflix. The Source Family is on Tubi, the app. It's free. And the other two, The Way Down and The Anarchist, those are on HBO Max. Also, I did watch season 1 and 2 of The Vow. Honey, now listen. That's also on HBO Max. Get into it. I'm just saying. Also on HBO, Heaven's Gate is on there too. I watched that a while back. Anyway, moving on. So at the beginning of this episode, they have a little segment of Jen feeling extremely depressed and sad. And I don't care. Ma'am, can you imagine how depressed these elderly people are? Those people were retirees. Some of those people now have to work. These are people that should be enjoying their retirement. They have worked their butts off their entire life. They should be rested and relaxing. But you and your friends decided to go off and rob these people blind. Are you kidding me? I have zero sympathy for your ass. I'm just saying. Then she's talking about her sleepless nights. I said, yep, I'm sure these elderly families have sleepless nights as well. And that the lawyers have reached out to her stating that they need another $200,000, and oh my gosh, they could be spending that money on the kids' tuition. And I said, you know what? I wonder how many times you thought that when you were out spending all that damn money, when you were shopping and buying all kinds of necklaces and jewelry and Gucci from head to toe, Louis Vuitton from head to toe, when you were just throwing parties and all that stuff. Did you think about those kids' education? Did you think about the people you were robbing? Because you knew what you were doing. Girl, go on to jail. I'm tired. So then we see Angie H with Heather and Dana. And I'm just going to say it up front. Everybody knows that I love Heather. I really do. But this particular episode, Heather and Meredith both, they really pissed me off and they were working my nerves. Heather came off to me as a spineless crybaby jackass this entire trip. I said, what is wrong with her? You know what, Heather? If you don't learn how to stand up for yourself, you'll fall for any damn thing. Stand up and tell people exactly how you feel and don't fake and act like you don't remember it. I'm starting to think that you remember every damn thing that goes on. You're just lying, using it as an excuse. She really ticked me off this episode. Anyway, they all get together and Angie finds out, ma'am, there's a trip and you are not invited. And you could tell by the look on her face that she was devastated. She said, explain to me what's going on. There's a trip that I don't know about. You're damn right you don't know about it. You don't know about it. And I felt kind of odd about it too, because I said, wait a minute. Danica has just informed them that she was invited by Meredith, even though it's Angie K and Jen's trip. But Meredith invited her. And Heather says, so you're a guest of a guest? And she said, yes. I said, not with me and my girls, you're not. If whoever is planning the trip does not F with you, you are not being invited. No guest is inviting another guest on my trip without asking permission first. There is a no-go. Okay, I don't play them games. When Dana says that she is a guest of a guest, you can kind of see on Angie H's face that she was a little sad and thrown off by it because Meredith is supposed to be friends with Angie H. Why didn't she invite Angie as a guest? You know what I mean? I think Angie was thinking that. I don't know. Either she was thinking that or she was thinking, I'm not getting this snowflake. I'm just saying. So then we see Meredith go over to Jen's house, who says that she is observing Ramadan, and she's much more relaxed and she doesn't argue, fuss, and fight, during Ramadan, which is a damn lie. Girl, you argue, fuss, and fight 365. 365, your mouth is open. I'm just saying. Anyway, Meredith takes it as her opportunity to ask her about inviting Dana. Is it okay if I invite Dana? Now, I don't know if this is an editing situation or not, but it looked like you had already invited Dana. So if she would have came back and said, hell no, she can't come on my trip, then what? I'm just saying, this is not okay. Don't invite someone that I don't deal with on my trip. I purposely said she wasn't invited in front of you and her. And then for you to go back and invite her, I said either Meredith is really doing too much or production insisted that Meredith do that. Also, speaking of Jen and all this money that she's paying the attorneys, which probably came from her mama's 401k, I was thinking, can you imagine how many attorney fees that she could have saved? When she had originally gotten arrested, she had just talked to her attorneys and asked for a plea deal. I mean, you could have just pled guilty, tried to get a plea deal, and that would have saved thousands upon thousands of dollars and hours. All of this mock trial and all that stuff cost. You are just running through your family's money for no reason. When you knew you were guilty, you should have just pled guilty and took your ass to jail. I'm just saying, go to jail. I'm sick of you. Only people I feel sorry for is Sharif and those kids. And I'm starting to wonder if I should feel too much sympathy for Sharif, because I need to know, how did he not know one thing? You didn't have one inkling that something was going wrong in your wife's business? Not one inkling as to what she does? How does she get all this money? How is she spending all this money? How can she throw an $80-some thousand party? I mean, isn't that the same thing we say about Erica Girardi? Don't we keep saying, Erica, you had to know, you should have known? I mean, why are we not saying the same thing about Coach Shaw? I mean, I like him. I think he's a lovely guy. I want to root for Coach Shaw. But at the same time, shouldn't you have been suspicious? Something? I don't know. Peeps, get down in the comments. Am I being rude to Coach Shaw? Am I being mean? Just let me know. Dana is my girl, okay? I'm here for Dana. Dana says that she is sick of the shit, okay? Jen is rude and disrespectful as hell, and she doesn't appreciate it. You ladies, and I'm paraphrasing, can allow her to talk shit to you, treat you like dirt if you want to, but what she's not going to do is do it to me. And she asked Heather, don't you hate the way she talks to you, the way she treats you? She certainly hated it when she called her Shrek. I'm just saying, I would hate it if somebody called me Shrek or donkey or anything. Don't do it. It hurts. Anyway, she says, yeah, she really does hate it, but she just likes to put it in the back of her mind and tuck it away and forget about it. No, that is no way to live. How are you going to say that you are strong and independent and a force when you can't stand up for yourself when somebody is disrespecting you to your face and behind your back? That is a hell no. There is no way that this short woman who steals from the elderly is going to talk shit to me. No, ma'am. Who the hell are you, woman? Besides a thief. Heather is worried about going on the trip. She says, Whitney is upset with her. Lisa is upset with her. She's not really sure how Jen feels about her right now, and she's nervous about this trip. My thing is this, honey, this is your job. This is your job. You get a check from the Bravo people. Go on the trip, say it like it is, keep it 100, and keep it moving. Or you can play fake and phony and just act as if everything is all good. Either way, I wouldn't let these girls intimidate me on a trip. It's not going to happen. Now, I always have to make this comment about these girls and these packing for this trip. Lisa Barlow is packing for the trip, and her husband says, well, how many suitcases do you have? She says 3 for clothes and 1 for shoes. He says, well, how long is this trip? 3 days. And she needs to go to Louis Vuitton because she's got to buy a few items. I said, 4 suitcases for 3 days. What the hell is wrong with these people? Why can't you just bring a couple of outfits for each day so you have a couple options? And then a couple of multi-purpose shoes. Maybe break it down to 2 suitcases. 1 for all your shoes and, other things. And then 1 for your outfit choices. I don't understand 4 suitcases for big suitcases for 3 days. I don't like having all that stuff. It's too much. It's too much. I hate it when I have a huge suitcase and a carry-on bag. And it's usually because my huge suitcase has my clothes in it and my carry-on bag has about 4 pair of shoes in it. It's too much. Plus the pair of shoes that I'm wearing. So I end up with like 5 pair of shoes on my, 3 or 4 day vacation. I don't get it. I really don't. Anyway, moving on. When they finally get to the airport, Dana has the nerve to show up and not say hello to Jen or hug her. And Jen has an attitude about it. But if I was Dana, I would at least gave her a big wave or something. You are on her planned trip that she didn't really want you on in the first place. A little good morning would have worked. That's all I'm saying. Then when they get into the airport, Heather and her 3 suitcases, her suitcases go falling down the escalator. I have no idea what made this woman think that her and 3 suitcases were going to ride up the escalator the way she had them. Now, Whitney says something which is the first thing she has said that I have agreed with this season. She said, here we go on yet another domestic trip. Mostly on the Housewives, they do go international. They have a great time, but no. Due to Jen and her restrictions from the feds, they have to see America first. You know what I mean? San Diego, here they come. They get in the Sprinter van. While they're in the Sprinter van, all I'm thinking to myself is, boy, I miss Mary M. Cosby. Listen, Bravo people, when Jen is locked up next season, bring back Mary Cosby. I'm sorry, Mary Cosby was very inappropriate and weird, but she brought some entertainment, and it's something missing from this current lineup. Just bring Mary back. That's all I'm saying.
Yay! Another domestic trip because of someone's court-ordered travel restrictions.
Welcome to my room. Oh, wow, okay. I'm sorry, are you in charge? Who's in charge?
I'm kind of feeling like maybe we should give Jen the master because there is a big possibility that she might be spending the next couple years in a 6x9 foot jail cell.
I f***ing planned this and you get the best room.
Let's do this.
Are you serious, Jen?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh my God, Jen is so demeaning. Angie is standing there like Sissy Spacek and Carrie with a bucket of pig blood.
That is just a bitch move.
I'm sorry, I thought I could joke around with you, but...
Okay, I'm good.
Apparently Angie doesn't like having anything poured on her.
But if she's been my friend since college, then what is the problem?
I paid for the entire party. I spent $15,000 on Coach's birthday.
I need to bring the receipt, baby girl! Because I got receipts!
Flowers. $4,000. $600. Cake. $3,000. Dance floor and tables. $750. Cleanup. $500. Dancers. $900. $3,000. Casino table. $4,000. Appetizers. And how much money did I get from Jen Shaw? 0. After what just happened, she'll be getting a bill from me.
I honestly don't even think she's really angry.
I'm so mad right now.
But you should tell your friend, like, hey, that was totally uncalled for. I kind of agree with her that she wanted Angie to be quiet. And listen, if you're a guest of a guest, do not take up with the hostess.
The loyalty runs pretty deep. Like, does Jen have something over them?
Like, Angie K should have come and talked to me, but instead, her and Lisa are over there like buddy-buddy. Well, maybe you should apologize then.
I'm not apologizing. Maybe you should apologize.
Apologize to you for what?
Raise your hand. Who thought it was funny? Did anyone here think it was funny?
Are you serious? I wasn't trying to come after you.
I had to plan the whole f***ing party, and I paid for that entire party.
No, you did not.
What did you pay for? Have you even offered to reimburse one?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Are you kidding me right
Girl,
now?
it was 3 months ago.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a f***ing respected woman.
So am I.
Are ya?
Yes, I am.
How come you can't keep a f***ing friendship then with anybody? I was supposed to open up my house, not open up my wallet, and you haven't said a f***ing word, not even a thank you card.
True.
You didn't come to clean up.
I gave you a f***ing $5,000 necklace. Don't lie, Angie.
Okay, this is beautiful.
I brought this over because I couldn't put it on with my nails.
The last thing I want to do is keep this necklace and be out in public and have the Southern District of New York find me and take the necklace off my neck. I was willing to help you and sweep it under the rug.
No more sweeping under the rug.
Now, honey, listen. That house is beautiful, right? That house is absolutely beautiful. Angie did her thing. Thank you to her friends for allowing them to have this house. Now, the room situation. I don't know what in the hell made Jen think that she had the right to have the best room. First of all, this is Angie's friend's house. She should have the best room, I think. And on top of that, they showed that very clearly the last few trips that they have had, Jen has been given the best room. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are not getting the best room every time they go on vacation. You are too damn entitled, and you really shouldn't be. You think way too highly of yourself, Jen Shaw. I'm just saying, no, ma'am. Whitney yet again said maybe we should let her have the best room because, you know, soon she's going to be living in a 6x9 or something like that. Listen, thank you for the comic relief, but hell no, she is not getting the best room. You know what? I didn't appreciate that comment that she made talking about Angie K is the side piece. This same woman that you are calling a side piece, she allowed you to have your husband's party at her house. When she said that, the first thing I thought was, side piece? Is this the side piece that allowed your broke ass to have your husband's party at her house? And that's before Angie K broke down the cost of the party. I said, no, ma'am. Even if Angie did not pay for the party, she still allowed you to have your husband's party at her house. She has still been standing by your side when you're out on the street acting like a fool. How dare you call that woman a side piece? Angie went out on social media and she said, the girls' trip was co-hosted by Jen and myself. Side piece, you say? Don't make me bring up side pieces. Hashtag Real Housewives of Salt Lake City at the Real Jen Shaw. So she sent that directly to Jen. And I said, okay, Angie came to play. Now, let me start off by saying this. When they were in the Sprinter van on their way to the beautiful house that Angie's friend allowed her to use for this trip, Meredith announced that she was going to be the CEO of Fun, and I would like to say, I don't understand how none of those women said, no, thank you. Ma'am, when have you ever been a good time? You are not the CEO of Fun. No, ma'am. Jen pouring that drink on Angie K. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are not going to pour that drink and humiliate that woman because you didn't get the room that you wanted. And then for you to try to pass it off as you were being fun, you were trying to make a joke, that is straight up complete utter bullshit. You were not doing that as a joke or as a fun, good time. You were absolutely doing that because you wanted to make fun of her, and it's not okay. You were pissed off that you didn't get the room that you wanted. Now, if Angie really wanted to be crazy and she really wanted to get stuff started, she could have went right over to the phone and called the police and had your ass arrested. Okay, you are already in trouble with the feds. You don't need to have any police situation. No, ma'am, you are lucky. I personally would have took her and her wig to the front door and threw her the hell out. Now you have no room and you need to find a way to the airport or a hotel because you're the hell out of here. I don't play when it comes to stuff like that. You did that shit on purpose. That was not a joke. Heather making that comment that she thought it was hilarious. You know what, Heather? What is wrong with you? Grow all the way to hell up. That wasn't hilarious or funny. Nobody thought it was hilarious or funny. And Heather was only excited about it because she felt that it was taking some of the pressure off of her. I agree with Lisa and Angie when they said that that was a temper tantrum that she was throwing and that was just downright bad behavior. And it seems as if she was absolutely jealous because Angie got the good room and Angie is living her best life. Jen out there talking to Whitney and Meredith talking about we've been best friends since college. How did I know she would find it disrespectful for me to pour a drink on her head? Shouldn't we be able to do stuff like this? Hell no. Not even in middle school or college. It's not okay to do that. And you know that you did it out of bitterness, not out of being fun. And that was not fun. And Meredith made some kind of comment talking about, well, now she knows that Angie doesn't think it's fun to have, champagne poured on your head. Who does, Meredith? Because you know good and daggone well if she had poured that champagne on your head, you would have lost it, disengaged, and ran the hell out of there. And I don't care how many times people want to say that Jen is the host. You're not really the host. Angie provided everything. So Angie read the receipts, honey. Now listen, Angie. in all fairness, I appreciate that you took care of the party for her and all that stuff, but I think there was an ulterior motive. And I think the ulterior motive was you're aiming for the snowflake. You're aiming for airtime and you wanted to be on the show. You knew those cameras would be all up in your face if you had that party at your house. That's just my opinion. Get down in the comments, peeps. What do you think? Now, I don't blame her for bringing up the fact that she paid for that party, because Jen had just humiliated the hell out of her in front of the girls and in front of all of us. At some point, Heather was having some sort of conversation with Dana, and she made some comment about you're a guest of a guest. Don't get into some sort of argument with the host. Pick your battles. Listen, Heather, go to hell on. Okay, everybody is not going to live in fear of Jen Shaw. You are doing too damn much. And one thing is for sure, if Dana doesn't mind bringing it to Jen, she's not going to mind bringing it to you. Take your cowardly lion ass somewhere and get dressed. When Angie K went after her in that Sprinter van, I said, oh wow. Angie is working for the snowflake, okay? And I don't mind her having one. I think her and Dana are what this show might need. If they keep this same kind of energy, this could be good. It really could. You know, when she brought up that she paid for the party, did everybody notice Jen got silent? There really wasn't much comeback. And then she brought up that necklace. And she told her, she said, wait a minute, you gave me a necklace that you were already wearing. And then she said she gave you that necklace back because she didn't want the feds running up on her for that necklace. And I busted out laughing. I said, Lord, I feel you, girl. No way. I want to be anywhere near that. And she shouldn't have said anything about that necklace on camera, because I'm pretty sure after hearing that that's a $5,000 necklace, the feds will want that necklace back. Then she made that comment about, well, she hosted Meredith's party. First of all, that party was for you. That party was all about Jen. Jen stole the spotlight and it was supposed to be a party for Meredith. And then on top of all of that, girl, you used the senior citizens money to pay for that. That's not your money, okay? If you can slide anybody an invoice for anything that you have purchased with these senior citizens money, please do, so that you can give the money to the feds so they can give it back to these elderly. Girl, get the hell out of here. Meredith makes some kind of comment that Jen's friends aren't being supportive. Meredith, sit all the way down and shut the hell up, because you sound like a big jumbo hypocrite. First of all, being someone's friend and being supportive does not mean that they have the right to walk all over me and talk shit to me when they feel like it. No, I don't give a damn. I will be just as warm and supportive and loyal to you as long as you are respectful and do the same for me. As soon as you show the hell out, I'm done with you. Are you kidding me? And Jen made some kind of comment that Angie should have come to her. Why should she come to you? You're the one who poured the drink on her and was extremely disrespectful to her. You should have come to her and apologized. If you would have came right after that and apologized to her, you wouldn't have been embarrassed when she read you for filth and let everybody know that you're broke and she paid for this party. I agree with Angie when she says that she's going to slide her an invoice. Yes, ma'am. Come get this invoice. I want my $15,000. I don't blame Angie for holding Jen accountable. You know, the rest of those girls, minus Dana, can sit there and take the BS from Jen, but no, this is not okay. When Angie K said, I'm a respected woman, and Jen said, so am I. She said, are ya? I said, oh my God. Angie is eating this woman up. I have never seen Jen so silent in an argument. I mean, she just didn't have much of a comeback. Angie K said, well, why don't you have any real friends? Why are you always in dispute with your friends? When she said, raise your hand if you thought that was funny when Jen poured that drink on my head, not one person raised their hand, not even scary ass Heather, who was saying in her confessional she thought it was hilarious. Confessional gangster. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.